Yo, what's good? Alright, so basically I've released a song, so we're just gonna go over it. Because this track I did the little mini series on, so it makes sense to just sort of like go over the rest of it. Um, so we'll start with this is what the track looks like. Automation, FX, basses, blah 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 blah. I'll start off. So you guys saw how I started the drop, and I ended up sampling it all out. Whatever. I did change some of the things out the way they sounded, and like the first ground, I'm pretty sure I changed. Yeah. So yeah, before I continue, go on. I'll let all you bedroom producers comment something. Like, go on. The sub bass is too loud, or the this is too that. Go on. I'll give you a second. Go. Okay, now that we've all got that out of the way, let's talk. So, how did I start this whole track? Basically, it started off with how most tracks start off with a chord progression, which was this. I think it's Nexus or something, and then I just sampled it out. Same with like a little guitar thing. This is all with the sidechain on, because I did the sidechain this time with a parametric EQ. I realized this was real cool to do because it sounded a lot cleaner and I had more control over separate things. So I'll be doing this for like the next couple of tracks. Yeah, basically I just made this chord progression, pasted it at the start. Made an intro. Sorry, I could just hear a school from down the road. That was freaking creepy as. Yeah, made an intro and basically just went off that. And then I ended up making these like little chord stabs first, after the piano thing. Just laid once. And then I had these. The only reason I added these underchords were just basically because it sounded real empty without them. So just on soft volume. So if you play it without it. See, they really help sort of like fill in more like of the frequency range. So I ended up adding those in, and pretty simple, you know. It's pretty empty melody, but it's what I wanted, you know. I wanted a real empty like start. So I just basically just played this in, low passed. What did I low pass in? Did I low pass anything in? No, I didn't even low pass anything in. So it's just basically just, you know, the samples playing. And then yeah, that's just the intro. I've got a bridge that leads into the intro, and then into the melody. And then the melody is just these horns with the piano and the guitar, but I've chopped it up because it sounded really bad with the whole thing playing. So I didn't want to make a whole new sound because then it'd just be too many sounds. So I just chopped it up to make these like little stabs. You know, not hard like stuff at all. So and the lead, right? This is cool. By the way, we'll just do the build up and stuff today, just so you guys can we'll just break it up the videos so they're not like half an hour long videos. Yeah, basically the lead is dope because what I did this time, I've got a sample percussion that kicks in too, just to give it a bit more groove. Like, yeah, basically the lead's cool because I've got one main one, but then I've got a hard left and a hard right, and I've panned it. I've panned it really, really hard, but then I sampled it out because I was using Isotope Vocal Synth. and that's so heavy on my CPU that even if I just if I were to open it right now, this whole thing would probably just crash. Really heavy. So I had to open a separate project, right? So I've got here left and right, but I had it like this before I sampled it. So and then I just do it again a little bit, and you can hear I've got the main one, right? And then you can hear that this one's going to be in the left, and then in the right, and then together these sound really real dope. And now I've got an 808, which is really heavy. But again, you know, I wanted a real heavy 808 to be thumping through that. And so yeah, all together. And as the build up comes up, I've got the underchords that are then slowly low passing away. Same with the the offbeat's already gone, but it starts to come back up for the build up. And so what I did for the processing on some of this stuff, so the guitars is just a whole bunch of, because don't forget guys, I do a lot of processing in separate projects. So before someone goes, put an OTT on it, or fucking do this, or fucking do that, like, you know, just shut up. Like, I've already, you know, done that stuff in a separate thing. So I've just EQ'd this one and cut it out because I've got the 808 going, cut out the low end. Pretty standard stuff. You know, I'm pretty sure that I had an OTT on the guitar. Sounds like it's got an OTT. Then with the piano, I OTT all my pianos because it just makes it, yeah, here you go. It makes it sound more real, which is kind of weird, but it does. Clarity is a free plugin, which I'll do a review on later. And just a whole bunch of EQs. Again, cutting out the lows for the sub bass to thump through. And with the horns I'm pretty sure all low end cut out. Yeah, you know, I've got the 808, so basically everything's going to be cut out except for this 808. Yeah, and then that just plays. And then we come to the build up. Just a simple little drum roll, but with the standard drums I use for the drop. So snare, kick, snare, and then that's why I love laying it with claps, because then you can use the clap to your advantage. So like you can just, you know, like do that. And it's just a simple, just copy over, copy the sidechain. Easy. So this build up, I've got a separate build up kick. A separate snare to do rolls. I always do that, it's awesome. Sample to help add a bit of like enthusiasm to it. And I've just got this percussion. Playing again to help sort of keep it upbeat. And then I've got separate melodic chords here, which I completely forgot about. Just to help sort of change the atmosphere a little bit. And I've got those low passing out slowly as it comes up, same with the main piano. And I've got that happening so because I've got build up growls that come up, same with that offbeat. But as they come up, most of the elements in the build up go down, and that's just to avoid, if you had it all together playing at the same time, it sounded real messy. The lead, I've only got the one playing by itself, the main one, and that's also low passed at a low level. You can just hear it. So here, chords, piano, and lead going down as growls and offbeat come up. So it's just a nice smooth little thing. Sample drum roll. That sounds cool as hell. I didn't sidechain that because if I sidechained it, then the whole thing would just like get rid of the energy kind of thing. So I just wanted this in your face, like bam. And I've got a little meerkat sample because a sorry cat is actually a meerkat, for those of you who haven't figured that out by now. And you got a little meerkat. Yeah, so that's it really for the, you know, intro, melody, and build up. Effects is just standard stuff from sample packs. You know, low volume, and then what you do is, or what I do is, I EQ some of them to how I want them, with some reverb on some things, reverb not on all of it because then it's too drowned. And in my bus, I've got this plugin, the Brow Emotion. I've done a review on it. If you don't know what it is, check that video out because it's a good plugin. It basically just helps create movement in the mix. So look, if I play it, you'll see all the effects will be moving through my headphones. Beat going around and around. I love doing it. It's just so awesome to keep movement in the effects instead of just having dead effects just playing at one level. So they're moving around, and that's really it. I mean, because I'll do the drop in another video for tomorrow. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. It's not hard stuff. I do a lot of I sample out a lot of stuff, as you know. I do a lot of processing in different projects because if I have everything how it is in one project, then my computer's good, but it's not that good. Like it won't be able to handle all the processing, especially with all of Isotope's new plugins. They're especially Vocal Synth, which I use a lot lately. That is so CPU heavy. I literally can't even have. I can only have one open at a time. It's crazy. So yeah, any questions, please feel free to ask, comment, message me personally if you like. Yeah, and tomorrow we'll go over the drop, what I changed, how I went about layering the growls, the sub bass, effects, how you do transitions, stuff like that. So that should be cool. So yeah, peace out.